Alright, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner here with another draft film breakdown. Today we're doing Washington Edge Joe Tryon. I'm late to the party on this guy. Right now I'm filling in the gaps of players I've missed as we've done our previews. Joe Tryon's a guy I've missed, and I'm sad that I missed him because he's the third best edge in this class to me after Jalen Phillips and Kwity Paye. Anyways, Joe Tryon, edge out of Washington, 6'5", 259 pounds. Opted out in 2020, but I don't judge anybody who opted out in the Pac-12 or anybody who opted out in general. In 2019, in 13 games, he had 41 tackles, 8 sacks, and 12.5 tackles for loss. So good, not great production, but we'll see as we go through this why maybe some of the production isn't like eye-popping numbers. But anyways, I love this guy. He's the perfect size for that outside linebacker 3-4 spot, and he plays all over. You're going to see him line up on the edge. You're going to see him line up inside. He drops into cover every once in a while. We're not going through his coverage, but he does do that. A great edge setter who doesn't only just set the edge, he sheds that block too. Motor, hands and feet that never stop. They're constantly moving, constantly going at, and his hands can be refined. And has some decent pass rush moves. So I really like this guy. So we'll get into it. First, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you like this one, you'll probably like the rest of the playlist of draft breakdowns. So let's go through it. Edge number 9 from Washington, Joe Tryon. First play, this is in chronological order, so I'm not starting with the most wow play, but just sets the edge and then sheds. I think that's important. That some guys can just set the edge and that's fine, where it's like, hey, this is here. They're making sure no one bounces out, but he not only does that, he's able to shed these blocks. So if this players come through this hole, he can close down in it or get a tackle for a loss instead of those 1-2 yard gains. Got him lined up right here over the center and the guard, and he'll wreck with stunts. Plays into that guard. Sheds, and this is a little more scheme, but just good loop around on that. Like I said, I went chronological order, so here we go. Again, setting the edge. Bam, hands on, helmet inside, gets that extension, and then it's hard to see, but he pulls. See that right hand? Watch that right hand. Rip through and is shedding that block and is getting a piece of the tackle at the end at least. Draws a holding penalty on this one. Again, that ability to get inside and get quick, get off the line of scrimmage. I mean, just straight up beats this guy with speed. That get off of the line of scrimmage. Bam. Doesn't even need to use his hands on that one. Gets called for holding. That's a 10-yard loss by Joe Tryon. So does it get counted as a sack? Does it get counted as a tackle for a loss? No, but it is a 10-yard loss by Joe Tryon. Now we got him lined up wide out on this one. And this is where you see some of the pass rush moves. Now you see the bull rush. See the bull. Now watch the right hand. Swim over. Break that hand off of him. And if that ball's not a quick dump down, he's got pressure. He's getting on that QB. Again, he's not wasting space. He's getting straight down there, pushing that pocket back instead of being washed around the edge. Where do we got him? We got him lined up over the tight end on this one. Again, just setting the edge and then getting inside. So good job setting the edge. Getting penetration on the tight end. Arms extended, not allowing the tight end to get into his chest. and then watch his sheds and gets inside. Again, he doesn't make the tackle on this one, but what it does do is like, hey, if this gap is closed, well, guess what? You're not getting through this gap, or you're not bouncing outside because Joe Tryon is going to be there. Got him lined up out here on the tight end. Gets an assisted on a tackle for a loss on this one. Just bam, power right into 84. And you say, oh, well, that's a tight end. But that's what makes, you take advantage of opportunities. You're going to get tight ends blocking you in the NFL, and you have to take advantage of those opportunities. Not everything's going to be a straight, like, oh, me, destroying a left tackle. Gets that rip inside, and bam, is meeting there for a tackle for a loss. Again, the ball comes out quick on this one, but he's lined up out here as a 7 technique, and is going inside the guard. And that ability to get off the ball quick shows this gap, and to be able to just hit him with that quick swim. Putting pressure on the QB. All very quick. It doesn't seem unnatural. And I think he can, his pass rush moves should be refined. But it's all very, very quick. Get down, line, bam. Got him lined up over here on this one. Again, setting the edge. We're starting right here. I'm walling him down, and then I'm just tossing this tight end to the side. I got my hands inside on his shoulder pads, on his breastplate, and that's where you see that strength, that nice arm length. Rip it off. Bam. Nice tackle. If this tight end is able to make that block, well, look at this hole. Look at the hole if this tight end is able to make this block. Got him lined up over here on the tight end again. Nice bull rush into the QB. Tackle's hands are wide. He's getting inside. And just keeps those feet driving. Doesn't stop his feet on contact. Bam. And the feet keep moving. Right in that QB's lap. Now, this guy's doing a good job here too. But right in that QB's lap. Forcing him to get the ball out quick. And again, not every play where you do a good job at this spot is going to lead to good results for your team. But it's when you do that consistently, eventually it pays off. I mean, you see that ability to get horizontal, to get lateral, and get quick. Steps outside, has his hips open a bit, and just quickly jumps in through there. And if he can, rip through this a little better, well, he might be getting in on a sack. To where that guard's not able to pop off. But even with that, because what he's able to do is this defensive tackle who's looping around, if he does a better job of that, I don't know if he's looping or he's just trying to do a simple spin move and these guys kind of run into each other. But if this is a stunt and he just doesn't get caught up in that, well, the defensive tackle's out here now. Like he's meeting this QB instead of chasing him down on this play. Got him lined up here. Good goal line run defense. Again, he doesn't make the tackle on this play. Hands inside. Pushes that. Squeezes that gap down. And then watch the right hand. Shed over the top. Now you got 71 sitting on, flat on his face, and you've walled that gap down. So now here against Wazoo, I wish they would have rushed 4 more in Washington this game, because he did get 2 sacks in this game, but he could have done more in this game, because a lot of time you'll see it's this inside alignment stuff. But anyways, And this is where you see how he can impact the run game. So see, number 48 is making the tackle. Well, how does 48 make that tackle? Well, because there are jumping gaps. He is jumping into this gap. 48's playing outside. But he's able to occupy both of these guys long enough to where nobody can come off to the linebacker. That lateral agility to where it's not an easy pass off. Gets in there quick. Gets inside without getting the hands on him. Now the hands are on him. And it's quick to where the guard hasn't come off yet. So now these guys can't leave him unblocked. Okay? 63 can't come off this block now. And that leads to a tackle for a loss. Now he gets in on it. And he gets in on it because his feet never stop moving. And that's where you see the motor. So this is where it kind of frustrated me as they did these 3-man rushes with him aligned on the inside. And I get what they're trying to do against that air raid, but gets a QB hit on this one. QB just gets rid of the ball. But it lines up inside. Left hand, watch the left hand. Break it off. Watch the move. Keeping hands off him, man. I saw one website say his hands are his biggest negative. I don't think so. I think that his pass rush moves can be refined, but he has active hands. And that's from aligning inside and then having to loop around at the end. Again, same thing, same alignment right here, just on the other side. QB hit. Well, again, not only just, like a 3-man rush. And he's able to bend that edge like that. Keeps those hands off him. The tackle leans. And then that ability to bend the edge. He goes from here. And then gets straight down the line. Straight down the line and is able to make a QB hit. Forces that ball out quick. Here on the stunt. Quick lateral ability. Bam. Forcing both these guys to come off. Giving him a one-on-one. Giving this player a one-on-one. He doesn't come off in time. This guy's working on him. Bam. Splits both of them. Again, now you're forcing a running back to check down or forcing the QB to check down to the running back. Got him lined up on this one. Gets the sack. Good hands. Good hands and quick. Hands inside. Now watch the right hand swim over. Bam. And what's important is that he's using the left hand to keep him off of him at that point. Now you got the other team at their own 1 yard line on this play. Their own 1 yard line. Now, if we just were looking at reps, this would not be the one that excites you. But again, I saw a site say his hands are as a negative. Watch how active these hands are. They never stop. And I get he can be refined, but a lot of guys just don't even use their hands. They just kind of rely on athletic ability. The hands never stop, keeping the offensive tackle's hands off of him. Swipe, keeping that tackle's hands off him and stopping the tackle from controlling with his hands, because he's not going to beat him with speed at this point. He's not going to, the offensive tackle's not going to beat him with his feet at this point. And again, is that a highlight play? No. But that 2-hand swipe is something that gets used all the time in the NFL. And he is just doing it quick to keep those hands off of him. Line up on the edge on this one. You see him burst, closing on that QB for the sack. Again, sells outside. Gets upfield. Gets that tackle to open his hips. That tackle opens his hips. Now is at a point where he can't switch off onto this defensive tackle. Get down that line of scrimmage in a hurry. Lateral agility. No wasted movement. Bam. I'm after the QB at this point. And gets him a sack to show for it. Again, run defense. Occupying a double team. Keeps fighting. Stays low. Bending his knees. Watch that right hand chop. Bam. Breaks it off. Now he just split a double team. Now 74 is looking backwards because he just screwed this up. He splits that double team. Doesn't make this tackle, but sets it up for his another player to make a tackle for loss. So I really like this Joe Tryon guy. I hate that I'm watching him so late in the game, but I really, it is the general consensus that's not a strong edge class, but at the top of it, I think Joe Tryon is the third guy for me after Kwity Paye and Jalen Phillips. So if you like the video, all that's good stuff. Like, subscribe, check out the playlist. I'm sure you'll see some other players you want to watch. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.